Good evening. Quick market recap for Wednesday, September 3rd. Want to pop in here and show some highlights from today's market action. One is we continued higher on both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq overall. Obviously, the Dow was down, I think, without looking, but no one cares about the Dow. It's just a few stocks. But yesterday on the S&P 500 and the SPY, a proxy for the S&P 500, we rejected lower price and finished at the highs. Right? Today we continued higher, closed this gap, which says that we want to go after the highs and retest those highs. Same thing for the QQQs, right? So we rejected lower price yesterday, ended up closed at the highs, and we continued today, closing this gap, and that tells you it wants to go back up and test these highs. By the way, the reason I have this lower channel in here is slippery September, right? Who knows what's going to happen with the volatility in September. I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce back and forth between these two ranges for the next couple of weeks. So don't be surprised if you wake up and the market's down. It's just consolidating for a run into the end of the year. Two highlights stock-wise. One is Google. Broke out today on volume. I wouldn't chase it because I just don't chase. Our style is not to chase gaps, and this was a big gap today. But the projected price move for this is 270, so it still has a ways to go. Broke out on news, took it out on volume, and that's exactly what you want to see. The other one is Apple, and we're in this one. If you look at it on the daily, it gives you a better sense of where we are. We want to take out this swing point on greater volume. This was, call it 60 million, we'll round it off. The 235, we took that out today on volume, the volume being 66 million. So big volume, you can see it on the candle here, took off with that volume, and the projected price move for Apple is the 260 area. So interesting things to note, interesting action in the markets today. Hope that helps, and have a good night.